Hail to the commanders! Hail victory!
It's in the game. Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Today, there's an NFC fighting storm between the Washington Commanders and the Atlanta Falcons. Five weeks come and gone, and we're off in week 6 on EA Sports. He fields it from the 8. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's first and 10.
Here we go, set. 70, Franco, 80. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
First down of the game for James Cook. We call that one a gain of, let's say, 2 yards. It's second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8.
Here we go. 72.
From the shotgun, Penix. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Those windows over the middle, the congestion, just the mass of people. If you're not on time and on target, you're not going to find a completion, especially on that down and distance.
Ready.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Pushing the ball downfield. Let's go. Cowboy 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Here he goes, third and long. Drops it off to Cook. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They get an even 10 on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back's still doing it to this day.
And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down.
Well, his game is off to one heck of a great start and bringing his offense along with him. They crossed midfield after that run, and now all eyes on that offense, focused on the end zone.
70 Lions.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Let's go.
To the air with Penix. There's a screen for Cook. And they're all over that screen, and Brock didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Penix facing a third and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And this kick is good. He he did. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
I'm going to call that one a little tester, Kate. Kind of like a 5 to 8 foot putt. You really hope to make all of them, but you know, over the course of the season, you won't. In that case, well, it went right through.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They're going to run. Here's the rookie from Kansas State. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Good strike downfield to Lane. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
65 yards to gain on the play. And the Commanders 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Trosky Merritt will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. Offense in a hurry up here.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
The Commanders finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he'll knife his way through for a pick of a 4.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Play action. Here's Penix. The left side is caught by Pitts. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing us.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Ready? Cougar 19. 79 Bronco. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Take go.
Penix working from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kane Madrano makes the play.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
19, 40, 18, 60, 18, 70, 19, Lions.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
All set now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Bucs will take over just beyond the 20 at the 21.
Falcons take over
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk, Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Ready,
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
on the line of scrimmage.
So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
On the play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. 3rd and long for him here. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. That's the end of one here. 7-3 is our score. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They've got a first to begin the frame.
let's go. Bronco 80.
Here's a give to Cook. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Let's go now. 7 Pirates, 72
Penix here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Ready. Nice.
Trying it left side with Cook. Now he's past the 25. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a James Cook touchdown. Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Falcons push their lead to 3. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They send a man in motion. Quick throw is caught. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Set.
Now run it out of the pistol. Krosky-Merritt is unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
70 Timberwolves, Purple 80. Go.
Running once again with Krosky Merritt. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Dumps it off to his running back. Down the sideline inside the 40. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down. New set of downs from 37.
70 come on. 60 Bison, 7 Pirates, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Lions.
Daniels now on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
A gain of 28 more yards. That's another Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and goal.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
No.
1st and goal. Krosky Merritt. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
There's corners in this league that really love to cover. There's corners in this league that really love to hit. Corners that can do both, those are the guys that make themselves some serious money.
Mustang 19.
They kick the running back in motion.
Panther 11. Dragon 60.
Throwing from the gun. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 2nd quarter lead. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And 2:01 on the clock. This is going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. Throwing now on 1st down. Penix on him quick, and they bring him down. So it'll be 2nd and long upcoming on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in just a moment. 2nd down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Penix looking to pass. This one falls incomplete.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Let's go. 19, half to 60.
Throwing Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. 4th down. Here comes Kai Kroger to punt. And his first effort, a tough one. It's going to come from the back of his own end zone. He gets it out of there, and this has some distance. So this one not hit the way he wanted there. They're going to say it went out short of the 40.
At the 38-yard line.
Okay, ready?
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
19. Here we go. Set.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Saw the lane, hit it quick, call out a gain of 7. Nicely done.
He's brought down at the
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Stop low, 18. Ready?
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders grow their lead just before halftime. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown.
The kicker on for the point after.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11.
21. Falcons 10.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Penix bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
2nd and 3 now.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 Pioneer. Check out.
Here's Penix. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Kane Medrano makes the play. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. A lot of space ahead. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders boat racing them to the halftime locker room.
Kate, that play right there, that run is exactly why this team wanted this rookie on their roster. It is so hard to break away from the pack at the NFL level, but this rookie, he's putting on a show.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders push their lead to 18. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He completes it in traffic. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 3rd and short.
Third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. Go.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up fourth down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a third and short stop.
Ready, set.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. Back to throw it. And he's caught. He's got ground. By a man, he's in the clear. Still fighting forward. And he's going to be driven out at the end. So some fireworks, no points, but a big play there. Help bring this second quarter to a close. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
So few of these are recovered by the kicking team anymore. It reminds me why you've seen some alternatives tossed around for ways to replace the onside kick. For now, well, it just remains a difficult challenge that was not achieved that time around.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Hiking 18. Let's go now. Cougar night.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, can sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two, two becomes three, and on and on.
Check. Let's go.
Second down give to Krosky Merritt. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
70, hot 70. Go.
Quick throw to the left is complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's another Washington first down.
Finds him quickly on the RPO. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! More momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Come on.
Krosky Merritt gets it from the gun. And he'll get about 4 yards as that brings up second down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
They're going to run again here with Krosky Merritt. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead coming out of halftime. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves.
Now Penix off the play action. And the Commander's rush brings him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
From the shotgun, Penix. Completed to his running back. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with a running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
60 is trap 60, trap 60.
Penix on third down. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
First and 10 from the 32.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
To the air with Penix. Nice gain left side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That play good for 17 and a first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Penix working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Ready? Cougar 19.
To the air on third and long. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Piniero's kick is good. And it shrinks to a 3-score game again. The lead 22.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On the ready.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Let's go.
Starting on the grounds here, Krosky Merritt. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put two tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
19 tight, 19 tight. Street.
They'll motion him out of the backfield.
Cup 19. Ready.
Here he goes, third and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Shut up! 70 Lions! Let's make some good plays today.
Penix now to throw. Finds the in route complete. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Play fake. Penix. Connects on the crosser. He is down to the 30-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
That's another Falcons first down.
Okay, ready?
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Just one quarter remaining in this one. It's Falcon football, but this late, that lead might be too much for them to overcome. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Set! Panther 60! Panther 60!
Penix here from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Second and 3 now.
Bronco 80! Let's go now! 70 Timberwolves! Go!
This is Cook on the handoff. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a Falcon first down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have the key on the run.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Ready? 19 Tiger! 19 Tiger!
Penix now. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Break London. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Seventh play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6.
Here we go! Here we go! Bronco,
And not from the pistol to Cook. They'll have the first down and even more. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a James Cook touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Penix is going to throw for it. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
You know, no sense in piling on. Pretty clear for everybody to see. He knows he should have had that one. Just didn't watch it in the whole way, and it leaves 2 points on the table.
Commanders are able to cover the kick. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. On the move into the red zone. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders have likely locked up the win right there. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. First and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Viking 18. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Penix now on first down. There's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up second down.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Pass rush could be coming again after that last sack, Brock. Let's see. Here's 2nd and 19. Penix looking to pass. Continuing to move past the 45. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
We get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Here we go, Shaq. Panther 60, Panther 60.
3rd down, it's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally, this defense has an answer.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. So a timeout comes in with the play clock down to just 3 seconds. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this.
Hawk 70, Hawk 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Check go.
Desperation time here. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. So they keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard.
Got it. Ready?
They've got
18
first down
Cardinals.
here from the 36.
79 Broncos. Let's go now.
Again, Penix to the air. Drops it off to Cook. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's difficult on the defense.
Now it's Cook. Ooh, they're on that one. Second down's going to end up in a loss of yards. I think they might have taken that first down for granted there, Brock, and now their punishment is they got to figure out third down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on third down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going.
72.
Here he is on 3rd and short. That one complete to Pitts. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Cowboy 80. Hut, hut.
On first down, here's Penix. Escapes the pocket. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Kate, I gotta believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23.
18. Pioneer. Go.
Now Penix off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around third down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
Ready, set.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line. Third down.
Here we go. Here we go. Liking 18. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. Man downfield, and he finds London. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Get up.
Cook crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons putting up points in a game decided. It's a James Cook touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Here's Penix and the Falcons. They're looking to tack on 2 more.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he reaches the end zone on that 2-point try, Brock. This is going to cut it to a 2-score game now, down 15.
Commanders 42, Falcons 27.
Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
This play's a design run. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Falcons' 39-yard line.
So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say goodbye from Atlanta.